Welcome to another edition of Rust Rants, where I come on and go off about, well, whatever's honking me off today. So the newest Marvel movie hits theaters in the U.S. tomorrow. That is Thor, Love and Thunder. And as someone who's been a Marvel Comics fan since I was a kid, as someone who's watched all the MCU movies from Iron Man to Endgame, I have to tell you that I'm not really all that excited about this movie. In fact, outside of Spider-Man No Way Home, I really haven't been excited for any of the movies in MCU Phase 4. Now, I thought that Doctor Strange, the Multiverse of Madness, I thought that might look good, but then I saw some reviews for it, and apparently they turned Scarlet Witch into a mass murderer. So that kind of turned me off. Kind of bummed me out, too, because I really started liking Scarlet Witch in Captain America Civil War, and I really, really liked her character in Avengers Infinity War. But I digress. So Thor, Love and Thunder. Now, could this be more proof that Marvel is losing its mojo, especially when it comes to its movies? You look at some of the more recent ones, the ones over the last year. The Eternals, Shang-Chi, and The Legend of the Ten Rings, both of those underperformed, kind of underwhelmed as well. We've seen there's been a lot of criticism over the She-Hulk trailer, the trailer for the new She-Hulk TV show, or streaming show, I should say. But can one of the big guns for the MCU kind of pull it out of its movie doldrums? Well, the way things are looking, I really don't think so. And looking at some of the initial reviews here for Thor, Love and Thunder, you've got Screen Crush. They call it a mighty uneven sequel, adding, quote, "The good news, Thor Love and Thunder finds a genuinely new angle on Thor. The bad news, it finds it in the movie's very last scene. As a result, the next Thor will probably be great. In the meantime, Thor Love and Thunder is merely okay. Pleasant but extremely messy and very familiar. It mostly seems to exist as the metaphorical rainbow bridge to the next phase of Thor's journey." Pleasant but extremely messy. Boy, kind of darning with faint praise there, I guess. This is from CNET. Thor Love and Thunder review. A disappointing Marvel encore for Taika Waititi. This shallow Marvel Cinematic Universe blockbuster doesn't give Natalie Portman's mighty return or Christian Bale's creepy baddie nearly enough time to shine. We move on. This here is from the Pittsburgh Post-Gazette. Quote, "A thrilling but disjointed rom-com frenzy." Okay, first off, if I'm going to see a Thor movie, I do not want to hear the term rom-com in that. Now, you can have a love story in a sci-fi fantasy action setting. I'm fine with that. I've written my own love stories in my own sci-fi and action adventure novels. But I'm not going to see the mighty Thor, the flipping god of thunder, in a rom-com. No, that Thor rom-com, that just does not go together. We've got more. This is from the Review Geek. Quote, "A complete tonal blunder. A film that toys with some interesting ideas but constantly undermines itself with silly jokes, poor characterization, and some truly baffling visuals. If you thought the graphics in the Star Wars prequels looked bad, you're in for a rude awakening with this one," end quote. And these are not the sort of reviews we are used to hearing about Marvel movies, especially from a lot of your more mainstream sites that seem to go out of their way and praise them. Even in some of these reviews, they tried to stick in some praise for these for Thor Love and Thunder, but ultimately just said, yeah, it's pleasant, it's nice, but there are also a lot of problems with that. Like I said, darning with faint praise. And and the way I see it with Marvel is it seems like these days they're putting more emphasis on diversity, on piling on the strong female characters, which we see here with Jane Foster becoming female Thor. And a lot of this is done at the expense of the male characters in these stories. And before anyone screeches, "You're just a sexist who's intimidated by strong women and people of color," it's like, first off, diversity in storytelling is fine. Having female characters is fine. But my problem is this has to be done organically. You can't make an emphasis on a character for what they are instead of who they are, all the personality traits that makes that character interesting, that makes them sympathetic to the audience. And it seems like the MCU, well, at least for this film, it looks like they're getting way too jokey for my taste. In fact, that goes back to Thor Ragnarok. I mean, here you have a story about the twilight of the gods, the Norse version of Armageddon. Asgard is destroyed. The Warriors 3, some great supporting characters from the Thor mythos, they're all killed. You have what could have been a terrifying villain in Hela, but the problem was they overloaded the movie with way too many comedic elements, and I think it ruined what could have been a really good movie. So the bottom line, I honestly think Marvel is starting to get stale. I think they're becoming more of a joke factory instead, and sometimes a bad joke factory, instead of a place to go for really good, entertaining movies. And I also think they're starting to get wrapped up in the message, if you know what I mean. So as far as me coming on a future Rust Rants and doing a review of Thor, Love and Thunder, well, don't hold your breath, because I am really not interested in seeing this movie. You're going to have to go to maybe other channels and other videos for a Thor, Love and Thunder review, because I ain't giving it myself. Well, now for a word from our sponsor. Does your toilet have rings that always need cleaning? Do you have hard water spots on your shower doors? Calcium buildup on your faucets? Just imagine what all of that is doing to the inside of your washing machine, dishwasher, refrigerator, your hot water heater. What about the pipes inside your body? Buy a filter or be a filter. You can have clean, mineral-rich water without the buildup of unwanted toxins in your body and throughout your whole home. Call Vicki Johnston today at H2O Health and Water Solutions at 928-899-7504, or stop in and see her at the Prescott Gateway Mall. That's going to do it for another edition of Rust Rants, folks. Be sure to like, share, follow, and subscribe on all of KYCA's social media, Facebook, YouTube, Rumble, and Instagram. Also, check us out on KYCA.info, and be sure to smash the like button and leave a comment for this video. We'd love to hear what you have to say about it. Till next time, have a good one.